Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
Welcome to the Rock and Review. We're catching up with an artist that is half of the most popular rock and roll duo in history, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Songwriter Hall of Fame, John Oates. Thanks for coming on the Rock and Review.
Eric, it's great to see you, man. Always love talking music with you.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I've been listening to this new album live in Nashville, and there's a lot of tasty tracks. And you have become such a Nashville guy now. It's like everybody just associates you with Nashville, with all the musicians and everything. But you did this at the recorded at the Station Inn, right?
Yeah, the Station Inn was kind of the place where what became the Good Road Band with this amazing collection of musicians. It's kind of the first place we all played together. And we played together in different configurations and, various things like Sam Bush, for instance, he'd do a set and he'd bring me up, or I'd play with Guthrie Trapp with 12 South, and so on and so forth. So it was kind of natural to bring the band back to the Station Inn. And this was, of course, January of this year before the world shut down on us. And
right.
I had no idea that, this would be the last show. But I'm sure glad I recorded it because we had toured on and off for about 2 years after the Arkansas album. And the band was nice and tight. And a lot of the arrangements had evolved in a really cool way. And I wanted to capture that moment. And I'm sure glad I did because now we've got this great live album to represent it.
Well, and it's incredible to me on it, John, that, you made such a big splash with your solo album, Arkansas. And so this features a lot of those songs, but also you've got new songs added in. And to me, knowing your music career, and obviously you've had so many hits over the years, but this kind of the whole album to me goes back to your roots, just like talking about Mississippi John Hurt and everything like that, to where it's like, it's your voice and your guitar playing and everything, obviously the band. It's so soulful.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. That's a high compliment, and I really do appreciate it. It's the music that I made before I met Daryl Hall, and taken to a whole other level with the support of the incredible band, and with through the lens of who I am today. With my experience, not only in the studio but playing live. And you know what it's like with a band, any band really. You go on the road and you play a lot of shows. The band keeps getting tighter. The arrangements evolve. And, a lot of, also you get bored playing the same songs over and over again. So of course we added songs. So the bulk of you're right. The bulk of the material is based on what was on the Arkansas album. But of course we added that Johnny Cash song, which I rearranged for the tribute thing that we were at.
Right.
And then the Don Gibson song and, a couple others that we kind of evolved during the course of touring over the last 2 years.
And to me, listening to this album, which, it's got such it has a live sound. I feel like I'm sitting there watching you guys live, which, you've done that so well as a producer also. But like on Oh Lonesome Me, the dynamics of the song, you usually don't hear those kind of dynamics in a live setting.
Well, I'm a big fan of dynamics. I know how important they are. And, it's interesting, I don't think people sometimes don't take into consideration how powerful silence can be and how to use it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody wants to go full bore, put the pedal to the metal, especially a lot of really hot players, that's what they do, man. You want to have that. But at the same time, when you can pull back on that and then reintroduce it, you can really have some emotional impact. And I think it's an art of, it has a lot to do with the art of arrangement, how to arrange a song and how to get the most out of the people that you got with you.
And, you were talking too before we started the interview, John, that, and like so many artists that you're really finding this as a time to dig into your songwriting. And you've written so many incredible songs, co-written, and also helped other artists over the years throughout your career and produced. So how's the whole songwriting thing doing? Are you doing like co-writes or just you writing solo?
Combination of things. At first it was just myself because, I didn't go anywhere and I wasn't comfortable with Zoom and all that stuff. I did get pretty comfortable with it and I'm fine with it now. But at first it was like, it's funny. I realized a couple of weeks into this thing, in March, I said, I think this is the longest time I've ever been home in one place in my entire professional career. And I thought, it's first of all, it's very weird. And then I thought, okay, but kind of celebrate the weirdness, like
Right.
just deal with it. And I sat down, and you know what I started doing? I started listening to a lot of old records. I started listening to some of my favorite old music that inspired me when I was younger. And I just let it wash over me. And then all of a sudden, I picked up the guitar and I started writing. And things started happening. And I started doing things that I wouldn't normally do. I experimented with different tunings. I just did stuff that was, maybe stuff that I wouldn't normally have done, and it was kind of cool to experience that.
So you think we might see a future album down the road from this?
Well, I don't know about an album, but I'll tell you one thing I did get to do, and this just happened fairly recently. A friend of mine who's a film director reached out to me and asked me if I would do a song for his movie. And the movie is called Gringa. And
I heard about it.
You can check out gringamovie.com. And it's a story about this young girl in Southern California whose mom passes away, and she goes to Mexico to try to find her father, who was kind of all lost and forgotten. And she shows up in this small Mexican village, and she meets him. And of course, he turns his world upside down, and so on and so forth. But anyway, I wrote this one song. I took a shot at it, and I sent it to him. He freaked out, and he said, "This is the movie." He said, "This is exactly the movie." And I was like, "Okay." And he said, "You want to do some more?" And I began to do more. My wife, Amy, found this really cool guy on Instagram, a hip hop artist from South Carolina. And he had this really cool vibe. And we reached out to him, and we took this kind of demo that he had, and we brought it to Nashville, and we redid it and re-recorded it. And then we brought him, and we recorded this very progressive, unusual, cool thing. And I didn't know what it was for. And I sent it to the director. And I'll tell you a real quick story. I don't know if you have time, but so the song is called "Do Not Disturb." That was the song. So I called the director and I said, "Look, I got this really vibey song. I don't know. I have no idea if it's right for your movie or not, but I'm going to send it to you." So I sent it to him. He goes, "Holy crap." He goes, "You don't understand." He goes, "I'm going to send you a clip." He sends me a clip of the movie. And in one scene in the beginning of the movie, after the girl's mother gets killed in a car accident, she wakes up in the condo by herself. And on her shirt, it says, "Do not disturb."
Wow.
I'm not kidding. I got chills. I'm serious. And I had no idea. It wasn't in the script. I had no idea. It was this weird thing that happened. And I said, "Are you kidding?" He goes, "You didn't know that, right?" I said, "No idea." And he said, "This is unbelievable." So it kind of opened the door, and he said, "We got to do more. We got to do more." So I ended up writing a song in Spanish with a girl from Mexico City named Jimena Sariana. She's a fantastic singer. And she and I did a duet, and I sang in Spanish for the first time.
Wow.
So all this stuff has been happening, and it's really, really cool. So it's really given me a chance to just do stuff that's, outside the box, and I've been enjoying it.
It's so incredible. I want to make sure too that our viewers, go to your website, go to your social media, so they can buy and download this great new album live in Nashville. Also on your YouTube channel to check out the videos, and hopefully another video coming out from that as well, right?
Yeah, and I've got a really active Instagram account. It's called John Oates Official, and I've got all kinds of cool stuff on there. So you can check that out as well.
And also, congratulations on having music in the movie Gringa. I can't wait to see your songs in that as well, John.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. We're working on, actually, the Spanish version. It's called Never Forget You. It's called Nunca Te Olvidaré, which means never forget you in Spanish. That's going to be released as a worldwide single in Latin America.
Wow, congratulations.
I know, I better get my suit. I'm trying to get my suit pressed for the Latin Grammys, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, we can't wait till you're back out on the road also with your solo band and with Hall Oates. And congratulations on everything you got going on. John Oates, thank you for coming on the Rocket Review.
Thank you, Eric. It's always a pleasure.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.